Good evening, morning, whenever time you're watching this. Welcome to Intimate Conversations with Indie Love. And today I have Miss Wynta Tyme. Hope I'm saying that correctly.
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Okay, awesome. Um, this is my first time actually meeting Wynta Tyme. I feel like I've seen you. Um, and I just didn't make it to your table. Was you at the Atlanta kickback?
I was at the Atlanta Kickback.
Okay,
Yes.
we was all over the place. So okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like I seen you, but we didn't make it to your table. So that's my bad.
That is okay. I'm
But we
fresh.
didn't.
I'm a fresh face, so I understand.
Okay, so let's jump right into this. Tell me about Winter. Is that your pen name, or you don't wish to disclose that? Is that your real name? And if so, where did it come from?
Winter's actually my pen name. My real name is Latia, but Winter's my pen name. The name derives from winter is one of my favorite seasons. Even though it's cold as heck in Chicago, I still love wintertime
Oh
here.
Jesus.
And it's just the time is just to play because I feel like it's my time now to actually write. I've been writing since I was a kid, but like in 2018, I was like, you know what, we're actually going to do this. So I put that in my mind, like it's my time. Go ahead, do it.
Okay, so you published in 2018.
Yes.
Okay, what was your first book that you published?
The first book I published was called The Projects Made Me. It was under After Dark. I think that's what it was called, After Dark Productions, with Christine Gray, Sonny Giovanni. It was kind of like a romance, urban fiction type of thing going on, which wasn't bad because it was my first book,
Hmm.
80K out the gate. So I was just like, wow, I'm actually doing this. And it just, I just went from there.
Okay, okay. And so are you considered independent? Are you under a publisher?
So I'm indie now. For the
Okay.
first year, I want to say first 2 years I was signed to three different companies, and then in 20,
Three.
yeah, I was signed to three different companies because I was just trying to explore. I was a fresh face in the industry. I didn't know how the industry worked, and I was
Hmm.
just trying to take advice from everybody, and everybody's process was different. Nobody's
Right.
was, and it was hard to grasp what Winter's identity, because being signed to those three different companies, it was just like, okay, I need a formula for myself. I need an identity for myself because, they have their platforms, but I need something that says Winter.
Hmm.
So after I
Hmm.
gained a lot of, knowledge as much as I could from them, I went indie.
And this is the best decision you ever made?
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie to you, Indy. Having 100% creative control over your creativity is like
Hmm.
that feeling is just like amazing.
Hmm. I'm a big proponent. I have nothing against uh, black publishers or anything like that. Well, some, but overall, I am such a big I proponent. I've been in the training all day.
Okay.
Proponent of us doing our own thing. Like, don't share your coins if it's not Big Pub, and even Big Pub at this point in the game, y'all knocking it out the park on your own. So I am a big
Mhm.
proponent of telling y'all do your own thing, find you a tribe and learn from them.
Yeah.
And sign with them. I know somebody's gonna see this and be like, "She hating now publishers." I'm really not, because I promote publishers, black publishers work,
Yeah.
in
And
this
you
under
do.
indie as well. So, but I just want to see us get our own coins. Don't share your money
Yeah.
with, especially the way Amazon. You already got to share with Amazon.
Oh
That's always
man.
my top priority. You're already sharing it with Amazon. And then you got to turn around and share it with your. Oh gosh,
like
no.
like how much money can you squeeze from a penny? Like, oh my goodness. It was just
Right,
crazy.
right. So, okay. So, how many books have you written to date?
So let's see. Overall, indie love, I've probably published now about 30 something books. But
Okay.
being that I'm indie now, I've
Hmm.
put out probably 16 books on my own.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good.
Mhm.
That's good. And what is your writing process?
So I don't know if I said this earlier, but I am a romance suspense author. So
Okay.
I am like, I know I'm not tooting my horn or anything like that, but I'm kind of like Lil Wayne. When I'm writing, I don't have any outlines because of my creativity. So it's like
Mhm.
I just have to write. I just know the plot.
Mhm.
I know how will my characters to look and their names. After
Okay.
that, it's laptop open and it's start
You
writing,
just go.
and I just let them tell their story. That's
Okay.
what I do.
And how long does it normally take you to flesh out a whole story?
Me,
I mean, are you a fast? Some people, I know some people who like, and I'm like, y'all have that. That's in your arsenal. You have to have
that
that. You have to have a stack of files. Or then there's some people that just be like, no, I just knock them out.
that's me. I don't feel like I have to sit on a book for 6 or 7 months for not to be no 50,000 or 50,000 plus words. Like I'm 3 weeks, 2, 3 weeks, I'm done. Like I'm
Okay.
ready to sit that book to the side, let my eyes rest, and go back to it so I can start that editing process.
Okay. 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 So tell us, do you have a favorite character or one of your suspense novels that is like your all-time favorite? I know some authors have some that is their favorite, but according to the charts, it didn't do as well as you wanted it to do, or people didn't grasp it the way you wanted it to grasp it, but it's your favorite.
Favorite. You know what? It would have to be out of all the books I wrote, it would have to be this upcoming release I have coming in March.
Okay.
With that book, it's so much growth and maturity in that book, and not just for the characters but for me as well, because I like to, anytime I publish a book and I'm like finished writing a new book, I like to go back and see how much growth I made from that book.
Okay.
And the characters Fuego and Modesty, they are my all-time favorite because the whole lesson of the book is about redemption and forgiveness,
Okay.
which is something that, as maturing and you're growing up, we have an issue with sometimes, because we think that when we forgive somebody, it's for them, but we have to
Mhm.
remember that forgiveness is for us, not for them. So you see,
Absolutely.
right, so you see my heroine, she's a sweet woman, growing, single mother, trying to grow, but her heart is so hardened because of those that betrayed her. And
Mhm.
in walks this man who's like, he's standing in his truth. He's a gentleman. He's not some type of, how we are, we love a good book babe that's sexy, what I'm saying, that's packing, we just love that.
Right.
In this one, I made him a little bit soft and a gentleman because that's what she needed in this book.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
hope, yeah, I made it so some women out there that can relate to that. You know,
Mhm.
it's okay for us to get that gentleman. We don't need that rough man all the time. He's
We
still a
want him.
leader.
We want him in the book. We don't necessarily want him. We want that roughneck in the book because I always say, um, oh yes, honey, I love this. But then in real life, I'll be like, bruh, gone with all of that.
Right.
I ain't with I ain't with all of that. You ain't gonna take me through all of that. I ain't getting ready to be your rider on no drugs. Nah,
Right. I ain't even got it in me, bro.
nah, I ain't ready to turn my blinds eye. Nah, nah. In the book world, yes, honey, yes. But in real life, nah, I ain't doing all of that. Can't do it.
Absolutely.
Cannot do it. Okay, so you mentioned before we dive really deep into your upcoming release, you mentioned that suspense. Um, what prompted you to go suspense, romantic suspense, and is it? I'm trying to think of the best way. You go ahead and tell me what your romantic suspense is.
Okay, so I'm the type of person, well, don't get me wrong, I love me a good romance. Pull me in. I want to stay there until this book is complete. But my
Hmm.
heart also loves suspense. I love mysteries as a kid. Like I used to just love mysteries. Agatha Christie. It was just something that as a kid, and it stuck with me till I was an adult. So when I first started writing romance, I was just like, it's missing something. And I found my niche when I started adding suspenseful elements, mystery elements, and I'm like, bam, that's what it is. So I am giving you a black couple, that's, growing to love each other, romance, but they're always centered around some type of mystery, whether it be her, whether it be him, or it's the both of them. Like, there's always some type of mystery surrounding them.
Okay. Are they killing people?
Well,
Are
they're
they
not. Well, in
are
some books
they
I do. In some books I do have the
Oh,
heroine killing. I have the hero killing.
okay. 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 So you touched on your new characters, and what's the title of your new book that's coming out?
To protect and slay.
To protect and slay.
Yes.
Slay sounds like some vampire stuff.
No, because you know how I was like, is anybody gonna say that? But when you look at the cover, you automatically get it because she's a makeup artist. So you
Okay.
know how we always say like you slay, like you slayed that. So that's why I went to
Gotcha. A
it's a
play on
play on
words.
words. Yeah,
Okay. I
yeah.
saw one of your promos and it looks very intriguing to be added to my TBR list. So, what is going to draw us into like, dang, Winter did that
I really so one thing I've
without
told
telling us
myself,
too much, without telling us,
I'm not.
yeah.
um, one goal I set for myself was writing more books from the male's point of view. And
Okay.
then this book is told from his point of view. So you get to see him. So the key factors is he is a campus police officer. He's
Okay.
dealing with some suspenseful stuff going on campus, and both of them are dealing with some really bad cases of sibling rivalry. So
Okay.
you get that as well. So that's what's going to pull you in, but it's him, his character that's going to pull you in because he's very vocal, he's very honest, and he's so honest to the point where she's like, is this man running game on me? Like, what he
Mhm.
got going on? Because sometimes we're not really used to men just being 100 with us out the gate,
No,
and
not
he
at
is
all.
though.
Not
He
at
really
all.
is.
Okay. So
So it's
how was it
him.
writing from a male's perspective?
You know what? It was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty cool because you know what to expect when you're writing for a woman. But when you're
Mhm.
writing from a male's perspective, it's like he can't be too feminine. He can't be, just you don't do overly masculine. So it has to be a very good balance of both. And I feel like I did that because he's a single father and she's a single mother. So I'm like, I think I balanced it out pretty well.
Okay. Okay. And your release date on this is
March 1st.
March 1st. Okay. Strictly um Kindle Unlimited, not strictly Kindle Unlimited. Is it going on Kindle Unlimited? Is it both?
Yeah, so it's gone on Amazon Kindle and Kindle Unlimited.
Okay. Okay. Do you find that Kindle Unlimited is a better option? You're not considered a new author though, but so for new authors, do you find Kindle Unlimited is a better option? You reach more people when you start off that way, and then venture into just strictly Amazon non-Kindle Unlimited.
Absolutely, absolutely. One person who I like to credit is CCJ. I've been speaking with her like mentoring wise, like since I first came into the
Uh-huh.
industry, and I
That's
asked
my
her like a while
friend.
ago. Yeah, she's amazing. She doesn't ever mind helping me. But I was asking her like, what is the pros and cons of that? And I came to the realization that when you are a new author, you want to be seen on that platform. Kindle
Hmm.
Unlimited is that platform for you. But once
Hmm.
you start to learn your tribe, mesh well, you're out there, you're building your platform, go to get your books up there on other platforms.
Hmm. Hmm.
Absolutely recommend it. Absolutely.
Awesome. You couldn't ask for a better mentor. I love me some CCJ.
Mhm.
Um,
Absolutely.
so do you write full time or you work a full time job and you fit it in when you can get it in or
So I have a full-time job, girl, a full-time government job on top of that.
oh
But I make
wow.
but I make my writing a full-time job as well. So
Mm-hmm.
any free time that I get, I am writing. I don't want to be that, and this is no offense to anybody, that writer who takes their time off, like, oh, I get to it, I get to it. I eat, sleep, breathe my writing. I have to,
Okay.
because I have so many stories going on and on in my head. It's like
Hmm.
I need to do this. This is for me. This isn't for anybody else. This is for me. But when I write my stories and release them to the masses or whoever, it's just like I'm sharing it with you guys, you know.
Right.
But yeah.
That's kind of how I look at doing indie love. This ain't for you. This for me. These are people I love. These are ones I've read. I feel like they, and in all honesty though, I do listen to I'm now I can get crunk, but I listen to my spirit. And if I come across somebody, even though I have a list from, people don't understand the process. They think it's just, and I'm not knocking anybody that just, oh yeah, we just open. Come on. That's just not how I was
Mhm.
led to run Indie Love for me. So I get it. This is not for, this is what I want, but I also listen to my
Right.
spirit and open the doors, and it's to open the doors for authors to get the recognition that they deserve. And I'm all about promoting Black indie authors with Black romance. And if I can't get you on my platform, I'll do something like this. Well, I shouldn't say not on my platform, but if I can't get you in live person, I try to do the interviews. I try to do the symposium that we have coming up. I try my best, and I try to promote,
Yes.
even if I haven't read anything. I
Excuse
try to promote as many Black authors as I can. Do I get everybody? No. I miss some because I work a full-time job as well. So this is in addition to
Absolutely.
a full-time job. So I totally understand. And I commend any author that can work a full-time job and then come home and focus on writing, because I know it's not easy at all. So it's easier for some people than others, and everybody has a voice and a talent. But for some, it's easy to just knock them out, knock them out, knock them out. And others, it takes
Yeah.
them a minute. And I don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting on a good story, especially if it's an author that I'm familiar with and I'm, um,
Right.
familiar with their work. So I'm truly looking forward to reading your upcoming release. What do you have planned after this? Is this a standalone, or is this part of a series, or?
So this is a novella. I think I'm going to take a little bit of time because the books that I have lined up for this year, they're all
Mhm.
complete. They're all
Okay.
completed. So it's just a matter of releasing them. I've released back to back, so January, February, March, and I think I'm going to take a little bit of time to edit the rest of the books and then come back out and just promo for a while, just promo
Mhm.
for a while, and then start the editing process for the remainder of the books that I have.
Okay. So where can your current fans, future fans find Winter Time?
They can find me on Facebook at Arthur Wynta Tyme. On Instagram, Arthur underscore Winter underscore Time. I'm on Twitter, Winter underscore Time, and I'm on TikTok at Crafting Romance Suspense.
Oh, everybody's on TikTok now.
Yeah, you know what the thing is? I've been on there since it came, probably like a year I think came out. And
Okay.
I'm not one for like the dancing and things like that, but I like to do cool transition videos with my books and things like that. So that's pretty
Okay.
much what I'm using it for.
Okay. And are you doing any events this year?
Absolutely. So last year I did the Atlanta Kickback and I did the Jessica Watkins event, and I plan on doing the same events this year.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
So they can find you in July here. I don't know Monica's dates, but I know it's in July because we go every year. Me and my crew, we go every year.
Yeah.
I don't just promote books, I buy them too, for sure.
And it's appreciated. That was my first year. That was actually the very first book event that I did. So I was super excited when I got there because like people were actually looking forward to me, like, what? I was looking for you. And I'm just like, girl, you know who I am?
Trust me, I understand. I was in the airport when we did the event in LA, and some lady was like, Indy. And I was just like, okay, what?
Right. I'm just gonna be nice because I didn't know
I
what to
don't
expect,
like look,
but
just hey, how you doing?
right.
You
This
coming to LA? You just,
this
I
this
understand.
This year
I
I could be a little bit
understand.
more relaxed because I know how the process is and how it goes, you know.
It could be a great experience. It could be a great experience,
Yeah.
and I try to go as much to as many as I can. I try to travel as much as I can and support. And I love going to the kickback. And now I feel like I know so many authors that that's what ended up happening in this last year. We was hitting everybody that we knew and did
Right.
not it's one author that I know her work, but I didn't know her. And
Mhm.
she handed me something. I said, thank you. And I just kept right on. I
Right.
kept right on walking. And then when I got home, I was going through my stuff. I was like, oh my God. I missed the opportunity to talk to someone whose work
Yeah.
that I have.
Yeah.
That's the thing with social media. You know them, but you don't know them. And
Absolutely.
with Monica's event is so many authors
So many.
there that it's hard to get to every single. You have to be there all day long to get to every single table. So, but
Absolutely. Because
I,
I had
I
authors there.
yeah, she does a great job. I give her much kudos. So if you're
Thank
in
you.
the Atlanta area in July, I don't know the exact dates, but just look out for the 555 kickback. See, I done gave them a whole plug.
Yes, you did.
It's all good. It's all good. Well, I look forward to checking out your upcoming release. And suggest that everyone that sees this, you give it a chance to drop your reviews on Amazon and Goodreads. And it has been, unless you have something else you want to share with us, it has been a
Um,
pleasure talking to you and getting to know the little bit about you that I have.
I do. I just want to say thank you personally because I remember when I first came into this industry, you shared a book of mine, and I was like, "Oh, thank you." And then my good friend Takora Monique, which is an author herself, very
Mhm.
contemporary author, she's like, Indie Love shared your stuff. And I was like, who is that? She's like, she's huge. But she shared your stuff on Instagram. Now I'm like, oh girl, she shared my stuff. And I'm still like in my mind, I'm like, I don't know who she
It's
is.
funny when people say she's huge. I just be like, me? Wait, really? And my son is like, Mama, you just so humble. You don't even be understanding. And I'm like, I guess I don't.
You are huge. I didn't know. I honestly did not know because when you're coming into this industry as a new author, you don't know what to expect. Like I've read so many of these authors, you know, but when I put my own pen to the, paper and I jumped into this world, now I was flabbergasted. I was like, this is real. Like this is really real.
Right.
These bloggers are real. The reader groups are real. It was all real. So I was just like, wow, it was good. It was taking me a minute, you know what I'm saying, to get to who I
Hmm.
am now. But I've learned and grew so much. And it's because of, people like you, bloggers like Ayana and BSB, and, my good friend Takora Monique, who's like, hey, focus, we got this, keep going, we'll take a
Hmm.
chance, you know what I'm saying? So that has helped me, kept me going throughout this journey the entire time. So I just want to say thank you. Indie Love is amazing. If you can get on this platform, you guys should do it.
You're so welcome and thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I will definitely promote. That is what I'm big on. People get upset when I say, I personally don't like to read a book and for a review. I want to read it, and if I like it, I still don't even really. I'll do my own private review. They can find me on Amazon
Yeah.
when they're looking for my reviews. Like you're not gonna
Yeah.
find me because it's under my personal.
Of course, which I understand. I was doing advanced copy, what's it called? Advanced readers copies, because I just
Uh-huh.
wanted to know, like, what were your thoughts before I actually released this book? Do I need to change something? Do I need to fix something? Because it was just a little bit softer than what I used to
You know what
what
you used?
I'm
Okay.
doing. So I was like, okay, wait a minute, let me get a couple of opinions real fast first.
Stick with your betas because they are
Absolutely.
the best. I'm not gonna say I got fired from being a beta in the very beginning. This is before Indie Love was even thought about. She hates when I say it, so I'm not gonna say who fired me, but and she'll say I did not fire you. But I always tease and say I got fired. because I love this individual. And it was like, she was like, well, what you think? She was asking me questions. I was like, well, it's good. Well, what about so and so? Yeah, that was good too. I wasn't giving her, and I understand I wasn't giving her what she, needed. And the thing was, it's my friend. So it's like, how do you say to your friend, well, this good, but I like this one better. I liked that story better. Not realizing at the time that it didn't matter whether I like that story, the other one better than this one. They just wanted honest to goodness, great feedback. And so I've learned that.
Yeah.
And I have another friend, she likes to piecemeal me, and I'd be like, no, you ain't ready to give me the first 5 chapters and then turn around and be like, I need give it. Nah, because then I'm mad because I want all of it, and then I can tell you this.
Absolutely.
So
What
yeah.
what has helped me with my beta readers is when I send them the manuscript, I also send them a set of questions that I'm looking for specifically.
Okay.
The things that I feel like in my mind that can be a problem, a potential problem, whatever. I just want to make sure that the story makes sense collectively, like everything came about full circle. That is so that's why I send them questions and make sure like, hey, the characters seem developed to you? Do you really feel that love between them? Like, I just wanted to make sure like that is present because the readers be looking for that. And I'm like, oh, you could have wrote another scene in there with them because they kind of dry. They
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, and then sometimes we as readers are like, "Yeah, that was great, but you touched on the sub character. So what's going to happen with the sub character?" And y'all be like,
Absolutely.
"I ain't thinking about that sub character. That sub character ain't talking to me. That was just that's exactly what they was, a sub character." I have gotten into debates with Sheree Lewis, like, "No, you gonna give me so and
A
so and so and
story.
so." And she's like,
Yes,
"I don't know
yes.
what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, yeah, you and Dominique, y'all playing with them burner boys, but you gonna give me. I'm not playing with y'all
Because
today."
some sometimes as authors, I've learned that, and you know what? I actually learned that from B Love. Sometimes you can write a bomb story, and that secondary character is more bomb than the than the main character. So now everybody wants a story from that secondary character, and you're like,
And they
oh
not
my
saying nothing
goodness.
to you. They not talking.
Right,
They not.
right. What have I done? So I just make sure that when I'm writing a secondary character, baby, you ain't got that much going on because I can't afford to give you no story right now.
That's like Love Bell, and people be like, "Well, what about so and so? What about so and so?" And she be like, "No, with no, with
Period.
no." She ain't talking, and I couldn't. And if she don't really like the sub character, you really ain't gonna get
Right, because you can't pull nothing out of thin. It's like it ain't gonna work.
right,
I'm not gonna give
right,
you no time. No,
right. Well, again, it has been a pleasure chatting with you. You guys can find this on my YouTube. I'm probably going to upload it in my readers group as well as on my page. And Winter will have a copy as well. And she could do with it as she pleases to promote her upcoming release. Tell us the title again one more time. So,
to
so on
protect
March
and
1st, we're ready to
slay.
click. We're ready to one click and get that title.
To protect and slay.
To protect and slay. Again, it's been a pleasure chatting with you. Hold on one second when I end this. It's been a pleasure chatting with you, and I wish you much success in this literary world.
Thank you so much.